Welcome to Shardcast, the Brandon Sanderson podcast. I'm Eric, and I'm joined with no one today because we don't have a real episode for you this week because everything has gone wrong with some others. But we will have plenty more soon, but we didn't want to just skip out on an episode for you. So what we got for you today is some outtakes. We usually record for about an hour before the podcast of just getting ready, and some wacky hijinks occurs. And so I hope you enjoy some of these. The first few are from our Shardkeepers Podcast episode on Edgedancer. That was just before Oathbringer came out. So we couldn't talk about some Oathbringer things from that. So there is some Oathbringer talk. So there's some actual theorizing here that we had to leave on the cutting room floor. And then there is some silliness as well at the end. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you are not too upset. I'm upset too, but you know, some emergencies came up. So thanks for listening, and we'll come back next week. What are we going to do next week? We're probably going to talk about White Sand this month because it seems as though White Sand Volume 2 is coming out February 20th. Maybe it's actually going to be real. So we will see you for that. We'll probably do 2 episodes. One on talking about White Sand Volume 1, which we haven't done yet. And then one on White Sand Volume 2. If you're interested in Oathbringer stuff, there's plenty more Oathbringer stuff to come. And we'll get those to you. So lots more podcasts coming through. Sorry about this again. Enjoy.
Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Is your refrigerator running?
It's fine. It doesn't appear in the background now because I fixed that.
Damn it, you ruined the joke! Gary's like, I've got a great idea for a cold open.
This is going in the outtakes.
Yes.
The answer to is
I was confused.
Running is
how does this work? I don't understand.
The answer is you say yes.
I don't know how jokes work. Okay.
We literally just counted down.
No, I know, but I was like, what?
Okay, Eric, I'm going to ask you a question. You say yes.
Okay, look, instructions were unclear, okay? You asked me a question. This is an issue with this before.
Joke.
No! I mean, yes,
you
probably.
Haven't?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
What? It's mind-boggling.
Okay, all right. No more outtake mode. Sorry about that.
Okay.
That was we had an issue with the fridge before. Like that's not what we were talking about.
So I'm gonna open this before
That's
we
why
start.
I said, like, I'm counting down.
No, I
Once
understand
count
that.
down,
I
you're
understand that. I
going.
didn't know why we were whispering it all secretively.
Part of the gag.
Gag's unclear.
Feather got it, and she doesn't even know the joke.
Okay, all right. I'm ready. I'm rehearsed. We rehearsed
Okay.
it now.
Okay.
Know our lines.
I don't know.
Oh, I have an idea, but I don't know if it's spoilers to say it.
We'll bleep it. We'll bleep it if it's not. We'll cut this mini conversation out. That's fine.
Okay, so the Oathpact is holding the fused back.
Yes.
Well, we can't
now-
put that
Well,
bridge.
now it's definitely.
Okay, we're cutting that part out.
It's all
But, like,
good.
okay,
I
the-
actually have thoughts too, so go
The-
ahead.
the-
I know. It's
Okay,
hard.
so whatever, blah blah blah. The Oathpact is keeping the Voidbringers back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if it's not just specifically on the Voidbringers? What if it's basically a bubble around Roshar?
Oh, or what if it's a bubble around Braze?
If that's where.
Because, like, we know
the evil spread.
Vasher got to Roshar.
Oh,
since
yeah,
the last.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
I
kinda
think,
did he
depends on
show
the
up
mechanics
between
of it.
Desolations?
yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's
So
more
how
like
long he's been here?
I think
Less
it's
than
true,
4,500
but I mean, probably
years.
less than 4,500 years.
this is true.
But yeah,
You know,
it's
I
true.
don't know.
That's true. The timeline's
Well, because I think
confusing.
like the heralds kind of like hold. We're total full spoilers here. I think the heralds kind of like hold a bubble around Braze, basically. But what's curious to me is that to me it seemed very obvious that like Talm couldn't take it anymore, and that's what started the desolation. Was he couldn't hold on anymore, and the bubble came down and everyone started coming back. So why does
It literally doesn't make any sense.
Nale think that Radiants have something to do with it?
It literally makes no sense at all, right?
I'm
No
confused.
sense was made.
Unless
Unless
he's
somehow
just
their being Radiants makes it harder for Talm to hold on. Like, did his torture get worse because there were
Or unless more people zooming around Shadesmar is basically a distraction. Or maybe he's just conflating it. Like he just thinks like, oh, because world hopping to Braze is bad, that automatically means that world hopping to Scadrial is also bad.
So
I
David,
think like
so that works in super spoiler land, but I'll just say maybe we'll make an outtake. We'll make an outtake of this after Oathbringer.
The secret
about this.
deleted scene.
The secret
okay,
deleted
so
scene.
we can go full spoilers.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah,
do this.
we're
All this
deep
is
in
gonna
full
be chopped
spoiler
out. All
territory.
of this is gonna be chopped out.
Okay. I honestly think that like Nale
Thank you. I've been trying so
In
hard to be
Ishar
good.
0 to
Eric's
10.
being
are
weak.
just plain crazy. Like they are like rationalizing what they did couple thousand years ago,
I mean, yeah.
and it's just like they don't want to admit that they're wrong, so they're finding anything to blame.
I kind of like that. Like, come up with a fake plan. Like, oh, if we kill the Radiants, then the desolation won't happen. Like, even if it's not an actual viable plan. Like,
Well, let's
just so they have
we
something
know
to do.
in Oathbringer, Ishar is not to be trusted at all.
No.
Terrible plan.
Off his rocker. Yeah,
Literally
no.
the worst herald to do that for. The worst. So I don't know, but Nail's like, yeah, Ishar's a cool guy. He tells me all the things. He seems swell. He's a good plan. He came up with breaking the Oathpact. He seems good.
And I think, like, to a certain extent, it is grounded in something because it's mentioned somewhere that, like, preceding a desolation, like, more Thren would start bonding people, so like the orders would grow in to like help fend off the desolation. So it's like he's in their sick, twisted minds. They're like, oh well, if the orders don't grow, then a desolation can't happen. When like that's not really how it works.
Correlation
They
does
know
not
that.
equal causation.
They know that. They know how it works. They're the heralds.
And they're insane.
But maybe they,
Yeah,
maybe they
that's
convinced
true.
themselves, no, it's actually something we can do something about, and like come up with this fake causation idea.
So
Anyway,
David has a crazy theory, and he's not here right now, and I might be misremembering it, but David thinks Radiance could grow to replace the heralds. And that's why, and David thinks that that's why they're worried, because maybe a Radiant could grow to be a herald and be in that role in the Oathpact and then screw up their plan.
I feel like they might prefer that though. Like,
Yeah, like if you could
seriously.
hack the
Yeah, I think
torch
they will
and keep
prefer
Roshar
that.
safe.
Yeah.
Because like I think that would be more sustainable. Because like if
yeah,
like
then having the same people
heralds
do this
are,
for
like,
thousands of years, yeah,
consistently
that's bad.
replaced, like there's always someone in that role, but like not long enough for them to be driven completely mad.
This,
Mhm.
this also seems like a really bad plan. The Oathpact. Now that thinking about it, it's like let's just do this for
I mean,
Okay,
thousands of years.
if the choice is between that and your entire planet dying forever,
I mean, yeah, but why couldn't they get replacements for the heralds? That's
I don't think Odium's
remember
gonna
that
let them.
there weren't the heralds came first.
yeah,
Like Thren started bonding people in imitation of the heralds.
true.
It was a surprise to Honor. He might not have considered that a possibility. So like when he was setting up the Herald Mojo Jojo, that's
But couldn't
powerful.
if like Honor was like, yeah, if Honor was like, wow, this is being too much for the Heralds, can't we just get another guy? Like, it does.
Here's the
Honor
thing,
just
though.
gave that power to people, right?
Honor's fixation on oaths.
That's
yeah.
true.
I
guess
swear
they-
to
back on
uphold
it.
blah 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 for all eternity.
He's not gonna let him out. Yeah.
Honor
Yeah.
Well,
don't
there's
make-
also like the whole dueling Odium's champion plan doesn't seem like that great of an idea either. But that's.
But
what
at least
we got,
Honor
too.
acknowleded that. He's like, this is a terrible plan, but
It's
it's
really
the best we
bad.
got.
That's the best I got.
But I mean, and the question is, would Honor post Oathbringer consider, saying to the heralds, I consider Nale, Nail, whoever, I consider your oath fulfilled. Rest in peace. Okay, whoever, it's your turn. You swear the
Hey,
oath.
yeah, I guess
Like,
Dalinar does
if
hold
Honor
that,
were
yeah.
alive.
Well, Dalinar
I mean-
holds that power. I think Carrie meant
Well,
Dalinar.
Yeah, Stormfather.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're still in spoilers mode.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. This is
We're
all spoiled.
we're gonna
Yeah,
need
this
a
is all-
hard
Oh,
break
okay.
to get back in.
We're gonna have a hard break.
Okay.
We're gonna have a hard break.
Okay, good to know.
We're just decompressing right now.
Yeah.
So Dalinar, because I really think he might end up becoming Honor at some point, /
or
Stormfather.
Unity.
Ooh. Yeah. I mean,
That's good
can
there.
name whatever. Yeah. But yeah.
But-
Right. Correct.
So either Dalinar personally, or specifically the Stormfather as Honor's sort of like heir, successor, whatever thing that he is. Would he consider okay, your oath is fulfilled, I release you from further obligations. Next in line, let's go.
Like, I definitely think it would have to be a full shard. It couldn't just be like human Dalinar who.
No,
comes-
it would. I'm saying
the power.
either Stormfather or Shard Dalinar.
Yeah, I think that could work because like part of the issue is that it was Honor making that promise as well. It's like he was part of the agreement. Like,
Mhm.
and
That's
at that
true.
point, he could not break that agreement either, even to let one of them out. Well,
But a new person taking that role.
Yes, a new
As we know.
person, not twisted. Twisted is the wrong term, but shaped
Not-
by
yeah,
the
not
edge.
molded
Shaped
by
to
their
get
shard.
sense,
Yeah,
Yeah.
could
kind of
there?
Vin as destructive preservation gambit.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm
Mhm.
thinking.
And it's
Yeah,
like at
right.
that point, I would like he could
Mhm.
twist, not amend the oath.
Amend the contract.
Yes,
I'm
so like
that
it
that a
was
little
a
rough there, guys.
temporary position. It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like you can no longer serve. You pass into the beyond, and
Yeah.
another takes your place.
Yeah. I
But it
still-
would
Assuming
have-
like the cycle of desolation even continues after book 5, like
Yeah.
or book 10.
I mean, I
like,
imagine
we have
it's just
no
still
idea.
the same desolation, right?
That would be a really good time break though. What if they like put the desolation
Oh.
on pause and then basically like
And,
it
like, restore
resumes
the Oathpact
40
a
years
bit?
later?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Well, it's not gonna be
duct
40
tape the
years,
Oathpact
but
back together. Well, however
Duct
long
tape.
it is.
Lifts an old
That's
woman.
a
I
good
remember my day.
Because like Yasna does mention like, oh, we just go around and kill all of the heralds, like problem solved.
Again, a bad plan, I would say. There's a lot of bad plans going around. There's a lot of bad plans.
Yeah, I feel like the heralds, if you kill them, they're just gonna be like, no, F you, I'm coming back. I don't care about Roshar that much anymore. I'm not holding these nerds anymore. I'm not gonna do
Well,
it.
Well, we will definitely talk about Yasna's plan in an Oathbringer podcast. And
We
so
should
this-
probably get back to Edge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
And
Oh,
oh my god, I just
Hive
had a
minds
crazy
are
idea. I had a
crazy,
idea.
yo.
Okay, all right, break for a second for our Oathbringer outtake. Welcome to another Oathbringer outtake from the Edgedancer podcast because we cannot
Hi.
stay on topic. Hi. I guess we'll do an intro for the other one too. We were just talking about Arklow, on this hive mind, and what else reminds you of a hive mind from Oathbringer, guys? The letter from the shard.
Oh, Bovidin.
Oh,
Oh.
what?
See, I don't think she is a sleepless. I think she's a dragon, and she's just weird.
Wait. Oh, autonomy? I guess I'll have to post this after we post the Epigraph podcast now. If that is autonomy, sure. I think it's a dragon.
Well, I mentioned vomited, and you said, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, but... yeah. But,
I don't know enough.
You were there in that conversation, Alex, but...
yeah, but I don't remember details about the Cosmere.
Clearly not.
I am so not the person to ask about any... There's sometimes, I'll say, since this is the Oathbringer spoiler thing, there's sometimes where I'm afraid, like, I'm going to ask a question in, like, one of the chats, and people are going to be like, that's not revealed in Oathbringer. We don't know yet, because Alex doesn't know. And I'm like, no, guys, I'm really just dumb. Like, it could be in there, and I just forgot. Don't worry.
But you, Alex, you still noted that clearly humans were from Ashen and not Yolen, because that's dumb.
I swear, I thought this was like common knowledge, and now watching people talk about it, as these like first chapters are coming out. That's kind of when we're recording this. The first 3 have been released.
Yeah.
Watching people talk about it, it's not. Maybe this was another thing where I just, sort of a Yim is a truth watcher thing, where I just assumed this was stated fact, and in fact it was supposed to be a reveal, but I happened to nail it and didn't question it. And just thought it was
haven't we,
real.
All 3 of us have had things where it's like, yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, and someone's like, I don't know if that's the case, and we totally nail it, right? I think.
Well, it was like,
oh yeah,
I
definitely.
remember being disappointed a little bit by the reveal that like the humans were the invaders. I was like, oh, we already knew that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, like it's just
same.
like.
Yeah, that
it was like, yeah.
We're gonna have a whole podcast on the record.
Yeah. Anyway,
we're gonna talk about all the things, but what made it for me was that that really it wasn't just that humans were invaders, because they could be invaders and conquerors, but also they destroyed Ashen and they actually served Odium. So it's like a threefer. And we only had like one third of that. Like,
that's true.
There were 2 really cool things that were like, oh no,
I do believe in the Arcanum Unbounded thing. I mentioned something about how like, oh, maybe the mass exodus was from Ashen to Roshar.
Ooh, very nice.
And like
that's a good called
David
it.
Said something about how like no, like the cataclysm that like Ashen were talking about, it was their own magic that caused it. Yeah. So it's like, well, technically that's true. So
yeah, I mean, I just think that's crazy that they destroyed Ashen. They did the cataclysm, and like that's what made it work for me. Anyway, so do we have any other Oathbringer outtakes before we get back here?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We could have another one. We could be back.
I might need to record another outro.
We'll see.
Who knows? I don't really know what I'm going to do with this audio.
I am going to pull. I was looking for Odium talking to Dalinar about the whole give up your pain, all of that. And I actually found Shallan tunes into some of that from the Unmade as well. So I'm going to grab that as well.
Great.
Cool. I had forgotten.
I know this is your buzz. Your buzz?
That's the fun thing.
Whatever.
We gotta talk about my terrible shard husband, so.
Shit, that's true. That's true.
You're married to like half the villains.
They're all
good.
Did
we mention that you have the hots for Odium in our Oathbringer reactions, Alex? Did we do that? Did we do that?
Listen, it's like somewhat. I think it was Ravi actually was quizzing me on my bad Stormlight Archive loves, and like Odium is bronze tier, okay? Like because he's sometimes old, which means he's not always attractive.
You don't like the old man with like
I'm not as no. And I was like
the beard, but it's freckled with gray.
Nail gets silver because he's always attractive,
and he has.
But then Mraize also has the attitude, so Mraize wins.
What if Odium and Mraize teamed up and wanted a threesome with you?
Hot.
Odium can just give you that pure passion that you need. Easy.
That's what I'm saying.
It would be
The
very
Shard-
warm. I'm just saying it would be very warm. It would be that burning passion, literally. 'Cause you'll be
I feel
on
like
fire.
very warm
You'll
is
be on
not
fire.
a very
I did phrase
sexy
that
way to
deliberately.
describe
I phrased that deliberately. I will not accept Nail being redeemed until he tosses Emperor Tezim / Ishar down a giant hole and saying no as Tezim lightning bolts who would be Luke in this scenario?
So you need.
Lift.
Oh,
Sure.
like
why not?
Lift.
Lift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
of course
think
it would
what
be.
you're
And then,
what
and
you
then
might
yeah.
be looking for is all of the other heralds go to confront Ishar, and he says no. I am
Roshar.
I am Roshar. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Then he does a weird flip in the air,
Yes,
and Shooting
yes.
Stars starts playing in the background.
Unlimited Stormlight. Welcome to Trashcast, the official Trashcast, and joining us is the trashiest trash, Alex. Well,
Sponsored by Feather Rider. It's true. Okay, arm that for
so
recording.
if I did that as an intro, some people would be like, "Oh my God, why is he being so mean to Alex?"
Feather, and I'll be like,
It's
"Lol,
like
y'all haven't talked to
trash.
me apparently."
They would be so
garbage.
upset with me. It was like, "You're so mean." Alex, I don't know how audition works, but make sure there is no noise gate occurring.
There's no noise gate occurring.
Okay, cool. Because I'm hoping to catch some of your microphone whir when you're not talking to hopefully noise cancel it. If it occurs when you're not talking. But otherwise, I will just make fun of you in the liner notes in the podcast that says Alex is also has a ghost friend who always
Part
whirs when she
mosquito.
talks. And her spirit
Feather's
is
a
slightly No. Feather's dead, and when Nail put her back together,
That's my
her
after
spirit is
image.
not. Yeah, it's your after image, and it's causing microphone work.
Perfect.
My theory was that it's the rhythms that Alex
Getting
is
raised
speaking to
from the dead by
rhythms.
someone is like the Rosharan equivalent of third base, right?
I brought you back from the dead, and that means you have to sleep with me, right? Hey.
Just got
You
got
are like
necromancy
starting a
zoned.
file of like clips of all the crazy things people say, right?
Stupid
Well,
things.
see, usually the things to
I
say
feel like it's
are
mostly
me,
just
so
me.
I'm just gonna cut. I'm just gonna cut things.
Yeah.
The creepy things that I say out. That's never gonna be in the outtakes unless it's really funny. And we're gonna move this window over here. I mean, I guess I. No. I guess I could move my Audacity window up here because I hooked up my fourth monitor again. So now it's up here. Limited monitors. Alright, Ka, I am a bird. Is my audio levels high? No, they're not, unlike that other time. That's good. Oh yeah. I don't know, I'm the Kool-Aid guy right now, but I am, I guess.
Oh my.
Oh yeah. Let's just break through a wall in Kolinar and then murder Elokar and then just leave after I give my old mentor a Bridge 4 salute. Hey, I'm out. I'm
There
out
you
here.
go.
I'm out of here. I can be Kaladin. Do you want me? Ian, do you want to be Kaladin in the Syl conversation? I think only the highlighted parts are the important one. You might disagree though.
If Matt comes, he should be Khaled,
Okay,
I think.
if Matt Kaladin. I know that sentence doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, it makes sense. It's just
If Matt
in any other
Kaladin.
context.
Well, that's just like-
If is there any news? I don't think there's like any news at all, really.
I don't think so. Not that I can think of.
State of Sanderson will be this next week.
Yes.
Did you
It'll
just say
be
Potato Sanderson?
State of the Sanderson.
State
Okay.
of Sanderson. You know, Potato Sanderson. Potato
It should
Sanderson's
be
my favorite.
early next week.
Yeah. If Matt Calden, Potato Sanderson.